Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another Volley Rally. Today, I'm joined with Marla Cardenas from the Team Gilman Group. Marla, thank you so much for joining me today.
Well, thank you for having me.
Really appreciate it. Really appreciate having you on here. I know that you had some feedback you wanted to share with your recent launch with Volley. And before we get to that, can you tell us a little bit about what you do with Team Gilman?
I'm the platform director for the group. I wear many hats, but one of them is also overseeing the technology part. And that's where Volley fell underneath it, and also building out the centralized call center for Mr. Gilman.
hmm So when you say building out, how long has it been built out for?
We built the call center a little under a year ago, but we just activated Volley it's been about a couple of months or so.
hmm
So yes, we didn't find out about you. You were like a very well kept secret from us, and when we were told about you, we were very excited.
Yeah, and you've been a great group to work with thus far on our end, but can you share your onboarding experience with Volley?
Absolutely. Usually it's a nightmare getting started with any new kind of program, technology, even a lead source. And I was absolutely amazed on what an easy project this was for us. I was kind of dreading it, knowing because I've worked with call center projects before, and it's usually nothing less than a small dumpster fire. And this was so smooth. I kept waiting for the other shoe to drop, and the shoe never dropped. And even to this day, anything that we need, it's just, because I don't think that we're ever going to learn the full power of what Volley actually does. You evolve as we keep learning things. But the girls that we've been dealing with, and especially Joanne too, it's just been kind of an amazing process. But dealers need to also know what their responsibility is in helping. And if they do what they're supposed to do, then you're able to do what you can do. And that's what makes it an easy process, that we both have to be very good partners to each
hmm
other.
Yeah, absolutely. And you guys have been great partners thus far. Can you give an example, please, of one of these things that you feel your Volley reps have gone above what you were expecting in terms of onboarding a new vendor?
Well, patience is probably their best virtue. We all pretend like we know what we're doing because we don't like to be vulnerable. And I think that's one of our biggest shortcomings in the car business is we all like to stretch our muscles and go, oh, we got this. We don't. And and we all have A-type personalities. So the amount of patience that they have and their listening skills is absolutely unbelievably amazing. So what we say and what we need are usually two different things. And our onboarding team was able to read through that and actually ask such great questions that they did the most phenomenal needs assessments. And that was the thing that I saw as our biggest win was their ability to they were like CSI, people. They were able to actually get down to what we actually really needed instead of what we thought we were telling them we needed. So I
hmm
think that's what made this such an amazing experience.
And how many stores were onboarded? How many stores are in your call center?
We decided to be very bold, and we did our first six all at once, and now we just did our seventh store. We just closed on one actually this week. You could probably hear all the noise in the background going on. So we just closed on this one on Monday. So
hmm So six stores all at once. I mean, obviously that can be pretty tough. I'm very glad to hear that the team did a great job listening and making sure that the launch went well. How has it been going since launch with Volley?
fabulous. Actually, it's been quite exciting, and it's been very eye-opening for somebody like me who owned a call center before. Um, it's this kind of software for the car industry is far different than the software that I had for running a regular call center. And because it is so specific to our industry, it's able to dissect certain things that we need to run at efficiencies that our business is so poor at. And it's absolutely, if people don't understand that the analytics have to drive the narrative, they're so sadly mistaken. And we've been able to not only save a lot of money payroll wise, but it helped us be able to revamp our pay plans in the call center, and we were able to increase the output from each of our agents to, tenfold. So yeah, it's been pretty amazing. And every time I go in there, I'm finding something new. And I'm sure that Maddie and Liza are eventually going to probably, my novelty of me is going to wear off soon. They're so patient every time I'm calling
No.
at all times during the day. So they've been fabulous, but it's an abyss of never ending questions, and they're fabulous. So
Well, they will love the feedback as well. We really appreciate that aspect of it. As you look at this, do your agents like using Volley too?
actually, yes. They like the fact that they're able to kind of have a way to, I was surprised at that, actually. Let me back into this question. People say that they really are excited to do something, but accountability, once they realize that they're being held accountable, they're not. So once we put this in place, I was actually quite surprised on how they embraced the system. And because actually Volley helped us rewrite our pay plans to work in congruency with the platform, the agents were able to actually see how their output was going to change their income. And they really loved working with the system because they were actually able to have like a nav system all day long to know where they were going. So if you can't if you don't have a map, you can't see where your destination is. So they actually really love it. And then it became really competitive. Volley let us run a program we call Hunger Games. So it was, they became fun wise competitive with each other and grabbing phone calls, and our efficiencies just started going through the roof. So they actually kind of they love it actually.
Hmm.
And it
Well,
also makes them hold each other accountable too.
Well, that is one of the best things about it is when the team using it day to day gets great buy-in. I'm going to be really looking forward to, Marla, in a year or so, we do a check-in, maybe 6 months or so, and what have your numbers looked like as opposed to before Volley? That'll be great to see. Obviously, now you said that you're seeing a ton of, tenfold, you said, a lot of great efficiencies with each agent. I'll be really looking forward to a follow-up. Is there anything else you'd like to share today?
Yeah, I think that the big thing is that we don't have to ask us, we don't always know what to ask about Bali. We don't really always know what to ask about what we should be looking at. And Maddie and Liza are the type, they'll say, hey, let's go ahead and take a moment and look at wrap up time. Hey, let's take a look at talk time. Hey, let's look, they'll go in and help us look at specific efficiencies that we can do our one-on-one with our agents with to help them become more efficient, because it's your system and you're teaching it to become our system. And I would tell any dealer not to miss their weekly calls with their person at Bali, because it's constantly, you're constantly learning, but they have to invest their time and be a good partner to their vendor partner.
Hmm.
So that's the biggest takeaway. I felt that you're only as good as your partners are, and they're only going to be as good with the program as they are in cooperating with their vendor partner on the Volley side.
Awesome. Well, we love being great partners to you guys, and that's really been one of our goals from the onset is to make our customers, our Volley users feel like we're members of their team, right?
Absolutely. We call you a partner. I didn't say that you were just a vendor. You're a
Hmm.
partner to us, and we appreciate that very much.
We love that. Thank you so much, Marla, for the time. And for everyone listening, thank you so much, and have a fantastic day.
Thank you so much for having me. It was nice
Yeah,
talking to you.
absolutely.